Good morning, entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs at heart. Welcome to the first class of this 10 series traditional marketing course that I'm releasing. So welcome you all. This is very exciting for me. My name is Juan LLerena. I'm a marketing consultant and I love digital marketing and anything that is related to businesses. I'm myself an entrepreneur and also an entrepreneur, and I'm very excited to have you here with us. So what is traditional marketing and why are we doing this class? Well, let's start with saying what's in this course. And in this course, you're going to learn the basic techniques and strategies of the traditional marketing, and we'll see how we can apply this to the online marketing world. Many of the concepts and techniques are not really new, and they already existed before the internet started. These techniques and these different concepts are studies about consumer behavior, marketing mix, SWOT analysis, and among many other theories. But how is the internet affecting traditional marketing? We want to answer that. And we also will be answering how do we take these concepts and apply them to the online marketing. In this course, we will learn about traditional marketing and how is this applied to digital marketing. Because you need a solid foundation, we need to learn the marketing concepts. This will give us the foundation and the basis to be able to elaborate our strategies and how we're going to problem solve different challenges that we come along our businesses. We need to identify our target consumer and create the best action plans and strategies. Okay, so if we can do this, if we don't know how to identify what are the steps that we need to develop to solve a problem, then we can't do it on the traditional marketing, neither on the digital marketing world. So it's important that we need to develop a solid foundation that will help us accomplish this. We'll need to identify specific actions to reach our business goals. So if you don't know what your business goals are, then you can't go to the other step, which is identify each specific action that will need to get involved as part of this process. We also will need to create the best strategies to communicate with the consumer. Okay, so consumer is king. If we don't get the sales, if we don't solve a problem for our customer or a consumer, then we don't have a product that is viable. But if we have a good product and we can communicate with the consumer and let them know what the benefits are and why they should be considering buying this product or service that is going to solve their problems, if we don't have a good strategy to communicate this, then the consumer won't buy the product. Okay, so it is important that we need to learn how to do this. Now, marketing, as I said before, it is not new, and because it existed before the internet. Okay, so in this course, we're going to learn how to apply these concepts to the online marketing world. So we're not reinventing the wheel. We're not discovering anything new. What we're doing is we're trying to squeeze these in these 10 sessions what you learn in administration and marketing classes and different studies that you go through when you're gone in college and actually many high school classes. But we want to take it in a practical world way. In a very, we're going to put a positive spin and very practical spin on how these concepts can be applied. And we're going to compare some of these things. Now, we want you to think of learning a new language. Okay, if you're not very familiar with marketing, then we want you to think of it as a new language. Okay, a language that is easy to understand. Like when you learn a new language, you have to identify and figure out. For instance, what are adjectives? What are nouns? What are verbs? If you have already learned one language and you understand what these concepts are, then it's probably a little easier to learn a new language. Okay, and if you already know two languages, then if you are about to learn a third language, then it will be easier because your brain will be wired to understand how this process works. Another way to focus this and to put a spin to this is to think of it as learning a new programming language. Okay, So it's easier to compare how things work in one language. Okay, if you are a computer programmer, for instance, and now you're learning a new computer programming. So for instance, you learn C plus or C++ language, programming language, and then later on you wanted to learn Visual Basic, or later on you are now learning Java, or you're learning to program HTML. It is easier to compare how things work in one of the programming languages that you did before, and you can apply the same concepts as far as how you approach solutions and how you present different ideas for problem resolution to the new programming language. So that curve of learning is definitely changing when you already know and when you already have some experience with the previous language. We're going to talk about the marketing mix. The traditional marketing mix it involved the four different P's, okay, in the traditional marketing, which were product, price, promotion, and place, okay. And we're going to dive in deeper on this subject. But the online marketing world is changed, and it has opened some other different concepts that we need to consider as we're going working digital, such as we have a product, place, price, and promotion, but now we're looking at process, physical environment, people, okay, in a more centralized target market, okay, and we're gonna see why that is important and how that's really changed things. Again, it's the same theory applied to digital marketing. So if we have a website, or if we want to have a website and we don't have one yet, then we need to learn what to consider to do it, how to promote our website. Okay, it's not just as simply as okay, I'm just gonna go to a website company, put a website, and that's it, and then all of a sudden my business is gonna start rolling. No, you need to learn how to promote your website across different multiple platforms, and you need to have strategies to be able to obtain valuable feedback from your customers. This is golden. This is gold. To be able to obtain feedback from your customers that will tell you what's working, what isn't working, why they're not buying, why they're not doing certain actions that you would like them to do in order to communicate with you or to purchase your products or services. And you learn how people think about pricing. Okay, so these concepts are important in the traditional marketing, such as the digital world. Retail marketing. We're going to talk about in the online world, what do consumers want? Okay, this is a key question. What do consumers want in the online marketing world? Just like as in the traditional marketing world, what is their thought process? For instance, when consumers are going to a physical store, let's say you have a gift shop, or you have a coffee shop, or you have a retail grocery store, or a convenience store, or a clothing store, who knows. And customers do actually, in order to walk into your store, you need to set up, a specific display outside, right by the window, or maybe you need to put some kind of a signage. If you're on a busy highway or on a busy street in your town, then you probably have more chances of people walking into your business, but you need to attract them. And if you're off the main street, you're like 2 blocks down the road from the main street, from the busy street, from your city, from your town, then you have a different challenge right there, and you need to figure out a way how to bring them in. The same way, if you get people to walk into your business and they're physically walking inside your business, you need to welcome them. You need to have a certain walking path that you would like them to get through in your store, so that way you can try to maximize this visit from the customer and get them the best exposure to the type of products that you want to actually for them to see and also trigger a purchase. Okay, and that's how you make money, right? So in the online world, basically the same concept applies. You need to stand out from your competition. You need to be able to maybe show up higher in the search engine results, and there are different techniques for that. But you need to understand how this walk path also work, and how you can obtain different heat maps from your digital website or from your e-commerce site, as far as we can compare this to the walk paths for conventional stores. Okay, so we need to understand what consumers are looking for and how we need to design and present and package our solutions, whether they're products or services for them, in a way that they're compelling and they're visually they create a visual impact for them to purchase your products. Same with experience. Customers and consumers are looking now for not just the products themselves and not the cheapest products only, because in many cases you can win because you're a small company, but you need to understand how you can provide the best experience, the best connection with your customer. So this way you will be able to create an experience that they will want to experience again, that they will want to share. So we're going to talk about that. Retail marketing in a digital world. Okay, again, we're going to be focusing on consumer behavior and how this affects the retail marketing in a digital world. The retail marketing and consumer relationships are also an important piece on the traditional marketing, and they have always existed. But this is a big array of possibilities, such as, for instance, the consumer loyalty. The newer generations are not as loyal to brands just like they used to be before, and those are the brands that used to win these battles. Now loyalty is earned by experience. If you create a good experience for your customer, whether it's with price, with the quality, with the service, with the interaction, with the post-service, the entire process, then you have more chances to win over any size company that might be able to have a bigger budget, but they might not be able to fulfill those needs for those customers, how they see the world and how they see your company and your product and how that solves their problems. The same with the customer segmentation. We'll need to understand what this is and how we can apply this to our business in a simple way that we can get effective results. And along with those principles, there's like different alternatives and strategies for the online marketing as we get to that, to reach out consumers, whether they're on their phone with the SMS, reach them out by email, and different platforms that are all across the different components of marketing, even more so in the digital world. And we'll need to understand how, again, they're comparing pricing, how they're wired, and how their social media interaction impacts their business, and why you need to be in that space and which ones you should be. The next thing we're going to be addressing are the components of customer relationship marketing. People buy from business and from people that they trust, and this is something you will need to learn pretty quickly. People will buy from people that they trust and from businesses that they trust. Okay, so we like to do business with our friends. If we have a product that is only available through somebody that we don't know, we're probably going to buy from them. But if we're looking at multiple products that are available across different platforms in different areas and different spaces and different locations from different companies, we're probably going to buy from the ones that we either A, personally know, or B, from the ones that inspire the most trust in the product, in the service, or even in the post-service. Okay, so people will be buying from people that they know more, and that's why we need to create these relationships, and we'll see why. It means to understand our clients and provide them with a personalized solution to solve their unique problems. Okay, so relation, first, it entails to understand our customers. What is your problem? What are you looking to solve? And then we take it to our soil, our side of the court, and start providing them with a personalized solution. Not two customers with the same problem will have the same solution the same way. So each one is very unique to their own needs, just like you are. And we need to develop these solutions tailored to them to solve in their own unique way. The interaction, we need to focus on how we interact with our customers and their purchase experience. Okay, so we can have a beautiful website, but if the purchase experience is poor, then we're not going to get clicks, we're not going to get conversions, we're not going to trigger sales. So it is important that we learn how this purchase experience is affecting, again, that experience for the customer. And we need to learn for ways to look for feedback, whether it's in social networking or via our own websites. And we need to develop ways to earn their trust, give them the value they need, and provide them with the service they deserve. Again, I can summarize this in providing an exceptional experience that is going to bring these customers to come back over and over again. It will be important to determine and to learn how this is changed in the digital marketing. Okay, so we're going to learn that, and we're going to have to understand how things have changed. SWOT analysis. Okay, and probably already a lot of you know what this is, but we're going to talk about it in further detail, and how can you use this for a new business, for if you are a new startup, or you're even just thinking about starting a new startup. Maybe you're working for somebody else, and maybe you're thinking of starting your own business, and there are simple ways that we can effectively create and discover what are our weaknesses and our strengths and the opportunities and the threats that exist for our potential business or for our new business that we just started. And if you're an established business and you're looking to grow, or you're looking to maintain market, then it is important that you always take the time to perform a SWOT analysis by your team, by you, and also by people that are seeing your business, maybe even your customers, or if you could potentially see your competition, or people from other different industries that are not, that do not pertain or they're exactly related to your industry, but they might see your business with a different eyes. And why it is important? Well, I just explained that, and we'll need to learn how to extrapolate different ideas for the SWOT analysis. For instance, if you're a granola bar, if you're a startup and you are coming out with a new granola bar, which there's like many, but I bet, and I can guarantee there's like hundreds or thousands or millions that will come out at some point soon, because they will need to fulfill a specific need. Maybe there will be a new ingredient, there will be a new technology, there will be a new approach to health, to wellness, and people are always looking to solve, again, their own problems in their own perception. Okay, and let's say if you're in a startup and your goal is to sell healthy granola bars, well, you need to find out what your strengths are. Maybe they're in your ingredients, and you will need to find and discover, or maybe identify, your weaknesses. Okay, so let's say you have a great product, you love health and wellness, and you love creating new healthy bars, and you have this great bar that everybody tells you they love, and your friends at the gym, or your team, or your kids like it, and their kids like it too. But you're not a marketing person, so you don't know how to market this. You know how to get it out to the market, and to put it in people's hands, and to have people try it, and to have people buy it. Okay, so then you're doomed for failure. Okay, but you also will need to identify opportunities. What if, how your product is different and unique on that market that you're trying to satisfy for that problem you're trying to resolve. And again, the threats such as economic crisis, or how can you become global, or maybe other competition that is coming to your market. So it's really important that you can learn and understand and have some good practices and good ideas and how to do a SWOT analysis. This is totally practice. It's so much fun, and it's a really great exercise for your business. You should do it. We're going to talk also about Porter's 5 forces. It is also a very classic from traditional marketing. And the reason for that is that you need to understand the 5 different forces and how they will affect your business and your ability to either enter into a market or other businesses to participate or enter a new market. And we're going to talk about the threat of new entrants into the market, and how to be able to protect our business from new entrants into the market. We're going to discuss about the bargaining power of buyers, okay, and how they can control the market, and how they can control you and your end results, and the same way as we're going to talk about the bargaining power of suppliers. Okay, and we're going to see how your suppliers can also dictate, in many cases, in many instances, how you're going to be able to to buy product or find suppliers, or we'll see who controls who and who controls what. Okay, and that will determine also a lot of the success that you can have in your business long term. The same as the trade-off substitute products or services, and we're going to talk about that in a little for detail. Same as a rivalry among existing competitors. So if you can see on the big picture, it's all tying together, whether it's the SWOT analysis, the Porter's 5 forces, and the saying that we need to learn now about consumer behavior. And consumer behavior is such an exciting and thrilling topic for me. I'm very passionate about studying consumer behavior. I love to learn about neuromarketing, and we can talk about it at some point if you let me know you want to talk about that. But basically, and simply put, this is a very practical class and very practical course, is how does the consumer behaves and thinks. Okay, and this tries to respond to different questions such as, what drives consumers to purchase certain goods and services. Okay, and we need to understand generational differences more than ever, as there are newer generations that are about to enter the market soon, and the ones that are surpass the baby boomers, which are the millennials, and the purchasing power they have now and how they think. And how is this online marketing changing the game? What tools can we use? Okay, so again, if we are looking at physical and retail examples for this type of consumer behavior, well, if you look at a grocery store, well, the typical thing it used to happen is somebody will walk into a store, and there will be people around the store. They will be looking at, okay, which way customers are walking the store, where are they stopping, what are they looking, how long are they spending and looking. Are they looking at their straight from their eye zone area, the products are already straight from them? Are they looking at the bottom? Are they looking at the top? Are they reading the signs? Are they grabbing the product? Which ones are they grabbing? Which ones are they walking by? They're trying to collect all this data, and they're trying to design the store so people walk in a specific way to optimize the sales and maybe get them to spend more time into the store. Okay, so online, the same way is changing the game, and you have many beautiful and wonderful tools that didn't exist before. Okay, that nowadays are available, like the analytics, that if you have it, which you can have, and they're free, and if you know how to understand and how to use it to your advantage, then you're into something. You can take actions that will be meaningful for you and for your business. If you can understand what drives customers to your site, if you can understand how are they coming, how did they learn about you, or how did they get there, what are they already watching, what is that they want, and what is that they need it for, and what do they want to do with that. Like if you can learn all these things, and there are many ways that you can collect information in a legal way, obviously, well, then you're ahead of your competition, because a lot of businesses aren't really taking the time to think and pause for a moment and find out what they're doing well and what they can do better. Okay, so these are some of the different ideas and the different reasons why it is important that you take all these 10 session classes. And congratulations to you, because you're already on classes number 1, and we're it's only 9 more classes, so this is really, really exciting. We're going to talk about brand positioning, and as you can imagine, brand positioning, it is more so in how your business, how the idea of your product or service is presented on the consumer's mind. Okay, and we're talking about perception, not necessarily reality, or both. Okay, we'll learn more about that, but I just need to clarify that we're not talking about SEO. We're not talking about a positioning on a website or on Google. We're talking about on the consumer's mind. Okay, it's about brand positioning. So for instance, in retail, we're talking about like colors, logos, images, your own uniform, the signage. Okay, and so if you ask customers, what is their favorite car, you will get like different answers. But if you ask them why, you will find that some customers are more focused to them it's more important, say, the safety of that vehicle, and that's why that will be their vehicle number 1. Some are more interested in speed, and some are more interested in design, and they like a particular brand because that brand represents what they're looking for to get out of a particular vehicle and so forth. And the same, some are looking for efficiency and economy, and they're looking for economic vehicles, and that's probably why they will be, their favorite brand will be a particular brand. And when they're thinking about a vehicle, they're thinking about a particular brand, okay? Whether it's Nissan, Toyota, or Ford, or Chevrolet. Okay, the same concept applies online, and we'll learn how we can achieve this for our brand online. We'll talk also as far as the physical distribution channels and the importance of understanding how this works. We'll talk about inventory control and ordering processing. Okay, and these are things that you need to learn to be able to maximize the processes and to improve the process to maximize the flow of your business and your time and your resources, which I'm assuming they're not unlimited. We'll talk about physical distribution channel, and because our website is not the only way to distribute our products, okay, and there are different push and pull techniques that we'll discover further in detail. For e-commerce membership sites and for your online business, there is the BGC matrix. We'll talk about how certain products contribute to our sales levels, and we'll learn more about this. But this is a very classic example tool. It's really simple to explain and understand. So if you're not familiar with this, then you can miss these other sessions as well. Okay, we're talking about the dog, the cow products, the star products, the dog products, and the question mark products. Okay, and each one has a different meaning and a different reasoning, and why you need to have a balance of all of them to have a successful and a healthy business. We will be pointing out some more advantages of the online marketing versus the traditional marketing. Okay, and for instance, we can reach out to a maximal amount of people versus the traditional marketing, where you have more of a limited audience. You can segmentate, target, or specify your clients more instead of being so global with the marketing in the traditional way for the traditional media, such as like radio or TV, more expensive. At the same time more massive, but then you're spending money on campaigns that only were talking to a small section of the entire demographics that are out there. Okay, digital marketing also, it's a more versatile. It can be changed, it can be switched many times, and in the digital world. So it's you get more return and more bucks for your more for your bucks and for your money. And it allows you to be more flexible. You're versatile, you can change, you see something that is working, maybe something people are responding so great that you can even improve a little more, or maybe you need to slow it down a little bit. Okay, so they will see the benefits of the communication, whether it's immediate or a delayed communication, because it is very, very, very important, and I'm going to highlight this. It's very, very important to understand other basic concepts that still apply to this. Okay, so this is a quick recap in our traditional marketing introduction class number 1, where we'll be presenting more in-depth classes and more real-life examples that are completely practical and applicable to any business. I would love, if you have any questions, to please comment. Just visit us our website, drop us a note or a comment. We'll be very happy to hear from you. This is a way to improve your skills, so we want to invite you to join our community, whether you're an entrepreneur or entrepreneur. We can help you improve your sales. We can help you get your business started. If you need even motivation, a word of support, and that's what we're here for. We're a community, and a community works together to help each other out and to be able to bounce ideas, to improve ideas. This is a great opportunity to do something good for everybody that is part of this community, and you might find like-minded people that have the same similar interests, or people that have different products or services but share the same passions that you can actually build on, and maybe establish partnerships or different ways to connect with different people. Again, my name is Juan LLerena. I love to run and I love to stay busy. But I definitely want you to reach out as well and to communicate with us and let us know how things are going for you and what you think of this first presentation.